I don't give a damn.
G-rated movies used to carry a much stranger meaning than most people realize. Today, that rating makes audiences think of talking animals, gentle jokes, bright animation, and harmless family fun. Psychedelic boat ride that made half the children in America wonder if candy was secretly evil. Drop a comment and tell us which classic G-rated movie freaked you out the most when you finally watched it again as an adult. Because today, we're looking at 10 G-rated movies that would probably be banned from the family shelf today. 2001, A Space Odyssey.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
2001, A Space Odyssey may be rated G, but it's about as far from a cozy children's movie as outer space gets. Stanley Kubrick's science fiction classic has long stretches of silence, eerie imagery, and a pace that feels more like a dream than a regular adventure. Then there's HAL 9000, the calm-voiced computer that turns on the astronauts. People die in the vacuum of space, humanity's origins are tied to violence, and the ending becomes a strange cosmic rebirth. It's brilliant, but family-friendly is not the first phrase that comes to mind. The Andromeda Strain.
Coronary? I doubt it.
The Andromeda Strain is one of the strangest G ratings in movie history. The story follows scientists trying to contain a mysterious organism that wipes out almost everyone in a small Arizona town. This is not a cute alien movie. It includes corpses, laboratory procedures, animal testing, nudity handled in a clinical way, and a constant fear of contamination. The movie may be scientific rather than exploitative, but modern parents would probably expect at least a warning. Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur is a biblical epic with prestige, scale, and one of the most famous chariot races ever put on film. Chariot race alone feels far too intense for a modern G rating. Horses crash, men are thrown, wheels splinter, and the danger feels real. The Ten Commandments.
Those who will not live by the law shall die by the law.
The Ten Commandments has the kind of grand religious style that made 1950s Hollywood look enormous. Charlton Heston's Moses became one of the defining images of biblical cinema, and the movie still has a huge reputation. But it also runs nearly 4 hours and deals with bondage, plagues, divine punishment, and the terror of empire. It may not be graphic, but it's heavy, slow, and filled with material that would be difficult for younger viewers to process. Tora, Tora, Tora.
Alert! All commands. Air raid, Pearl Harbor. This is no drill.
Tora, Tora, Tora is a detailed war film about the attack on Pearl Harbor. It spends a lot of time on military planning, missed warnings, and the political decisions that led up to disaster. Once the attack begins, the film shows planes, explosions, burning ships, and national trauma unfolding in a matter-of-fact way. It's not bloody by modern standards, but a G-rated movie about Pearl Harbor would raise plenty of eyebrows today. True Grit.
I mean to kill you in 1 minute, Ned. Or see you hanged in Fort Smith at Judge Parker's convenience. Which'll it be?
I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
Fill your hand, you son of a bitch!
Shoot them! They're too far and they're moving too fast.
True Grit may be a beloved John Wayne Western, but its G rating feels almost comical now. The story follows a young girl seeking justice for her father's murder with the help of a rough, drunken U.S. Marshal. There are gunfights, threats, hangings, insults, and a hard frontier attitude running through the whole thing. Rooster Cogburn is entertaining, but he's not exactly the cuddly hero most people associate with all ages entertainment. Oliver.
Please, sir, I want some more.
What?
Please, sir, I want some more.
More?
Oliver looks cheerful at first glance because it's a musical with children, big songs, and theatrical energy. But the story comes from Charles Dickens, and Dickens was not writing about a sweet little adventure through London. Oliver is an orphan surrounded by poverty, crime, exploitation, and danger. The music softens the edges, but the film still deals with children being used by adults and thrown into a brutal world. That's a lot darker than the rating. Fiddler on the Roof has warmth, humor, and songs that have lasted for generations. But its story is rooted in poverty, tradition, family pressure, anti-Semitism, and forced displacement in pre-revolutionary Russia. Around them becomes less safe. A modern rating would likely recognize that this is not simple family viewing. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a-glowing? Is the grisly reaper mowing? Yes! The danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing!
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was absolutely made for families, but it doesn't mean it was gentle. Gene Wilder's Wonka is magical, funny, and slightly terrifying from the moment he appears. The children are punished in bizarre ways. The factory feels like a dream with sharp teeth, and the tunnel scene is pure nightmare fuel. Flashing images, strange chanting, and Wonka's sudden intensity turned one boat ride into childhood legend. Gone. Now it's time to hear from you. Which one of these G-rated classics do you think would cause the biggest uproar if it were released today? Let us know in the comments section below.